Welcome to Homekeepers. How are you today, my friend? Hope things are going really in a good direction for you. As I sit here in Florida, we have had tons of rain, but we've needed it, so we can't complain. God always knows what's the very best for us, so I hope that you are realizing that today within your own life. And is this the first time you've watched the program? If so, welcome. And the old timers, can I call you that now? You're always welcome. We're so glad to have you with us. Homekeepers has been on the air about 12 years, and so thankful for the opportunity. God laid it on my heart a long time ago. We could just address the issues that affect the home, and that's just about every issue. And it's been very, very thought-provoking to see how the nation has changed since we began this ministry, and it's absolutely devastating what has happened to the home as we have watched gay marriage become okay in the eyes of many Americans, as marriage between one man and one woman has been so denigrated. And those of us who believe in the truth, the absolute truth of God's word, you keep standing. You do not bow to the very things that will destroy this nation more quickly than anything else. So that's why we're here. And we want to do everything we can to keep that biblical view of what a nation should be, what a home should be, what a family should be, what a father, husband, mother, wife should be. Raising obedient children, when you do it God's way, it has a marvelous effect. So we don't back off from that. I have a brand new friend today. Her name is Marcia Fisher. She has written The Odyssey of Survival. And pay attention to me. Being in the position I'm in forces me to read a lot of books. And I thank God for that opportunity, because I probably wouldn't otherwise read them. And I hope that you teach your children that reading is very, very, very important. But of all the books I've ever read for this program or for any other reason, I've never read one like this. And I want you to hear what Marcia has to say. It's the worst case of child abuse I've ever heard in my life. And you who have followed this program, you know that we have dealt with this before. But you're going to see a true survivor because of victory in Christ. So just stay right there. You want to meet this gal. And I'm going to join Stephanie in a second. Have you ever heard of twice baked sweet potatoes? I hadn't, but I have now. We're going to fix some, and I think you'll like them because I've already eaten one. I can already give you a good report. Pardon me, but before I do, I'm going to join Stephanie while we put an address up on the screen and a phone number for you to support this program. I know good and well in my heart that many of you have said, I'm going to support that program someday. I'm going to send them an offering. And so far you haven't, so this is a good day to do it. And you can do it just through your telephone, calling 1-800-229-0059, or write to me at Homekeepers, Box 6922, Clearwater, Florida 33758. And I promise you God will bless you. I know He will, because I'm a giver and He blesses me. Mm-hmm. And Stephanie's a giver and she's blessed. So.
Yes, ma'am.
So we have baked these, cut them in half, and put them face down and bake them until they're really soft. What do you say, 30 minutes?
30 minutes, yeah.
So
these
just
are
check them.
Quite done.
Because then you want to take the flesh out like she is, but keep these intact.
Yeah. We're going to call them sweet taters, because most of my fan club's in Tennessee.
Oh. I keep trying to bring you along, you know,
hey,
raise your standards.
I like sweet taters.
Yeah.
So all we're doing is we're taking all the flesh out. We're leaving the skins. And actually, these are a little done. You could, if they weren't quite as done, you could leave a little more flesh in there too. And then we have 2 tablespoons of milk. We have some pecans.
Now these are really good because I already had one.
Yeah.
And she's not a sweet potato person.
No, but this smells
these.
so good. So I'm looking forward to tasting it. That was a tablespoon of brown sugar. We have a quarter teaspoon of cinnamon, and then we have...
That's the surprise.
Neuchâtel cheese. in our sweet taters. No.
That's cream cheese.
Cream cheese. But it's lower fat, and it's supposed to have more moisture in it, so that's why it's different.
You know, that cream cheese surprised me, and I'm glad to know about that, because I'll tell you something I like better. And I did this for Thanksgiving one year. You take an orange, cut it in half, and take all the flesh out of it and eat it. It's good for you. And put this kind of a mix in that, and just warm them up. And I'm telling you,
so yummy.
I did that one Thanksgiving, and everybody just raved about it. Not only
you were
because
like
it's
the best chef that Thanksgiving, weren't you?
Not because they were so good, but they were so cute. But they were good, because that orange peel gives you
the
good
flavor. Yummy. This smells like fall. This smells like...
Yeah, this would be, well, it'd be good any time of year, because, boy, sweet potatoes are one of the best favors you can give your body.
So you get it mashed up, and then you just take the skins, and you put it back in there, and then you put it back in the oven for about 8 minutes, and let it heat through.
Just let it heat through. I have a question. I don't know if you can answer it or not, but you're supposed to eat the skin of a regular potato. I would assume it's the same thing.
I would assume that the nutrients are also in the skin.
I've never
of the
tasted
sweet
one,
potato.
but we've got some finished ones here, and they look just like the ones that are going to go in the oven.
Yummy.
But as I mentioned earlier, I had one.
You had one for lunch, didn't
I had
you?
one for lunch, yes, and they are good. That is.
These really, really smell. I mean, I just am not a fan of sweet potatoes, but this smells so yummy.
I think what's so good about this is all that stuff she put in that we're not used to, because usually they just glob them up with marshmallows, and that's not my thing.
I want to try.
They are good. Just take a little out of there, and just think how. You like that?
That tastes like pumpkin pie almost.
Yeah, it does. It does.
That's good.
So you might want to file this away even for Thanksgiving. And I don't think you'll be disappointed, but also don't forget about the little orange cups. And these are real live oranges. Just take the flesh out, put it in like she did here.
Cute,
and even if you could put it in hot, you wouldn't even have to put those back in the oven. Okay, stay with me. I want you to meet Marcia. And you're going to be very, very intrigued, and thank God that she's here with us. All right, stay with us. Information for this recipe is coming right up at the screen right now.
If you would like a copy of today's recipe, please send your request along with a gift of $5 or more to Homekeepers, P.O. Box 6922, Clearwater, Florida 33758.
Which camera do you want me to look in?
Just look at me.
Oh, just look at you. Okay.
All right, Marcia.
Hello.
So I've had your book for quite a while, so I'm glad to finally meet you. And to tell your story, was it pretty hard to write it down? That's when it seems like you dredge up.
Yes, it was an extremely hard story to write. It took me about 6 months of writing the entire thing, but half of those 6 months was spent in tears. There was a period of times when maybe for 2-3 weeks I could not write, because as all the thoughts came back, I would just stay in bed and cry and ask God, why? Why me?
In a way, though, was it cleansing?
It was my healing.
Was it really just to write the book?
It was my healing. That is where I started to live again. That is where my life became revamped, just by writing it all down. It actually saved my life, Arthelene. Writing the story down saved my life. That's what God told me when I tried to commit suicide for the 3rd time, because of the inner pain.
And I think I've mentioned before that people from South Africa, Jamaica, they treat the English language better.
Yes,
Some of us.
Yes, we do.
So you have a beautiful, beautiful accent. Yours is right, I think. We probably are the ones with the accents.
Well, we grew up with the English colonies, and so our schools were actually English-based, and so we learned the King's English.
Well, my question, one of my first questions was, are there any laws in Jamaica that could stop what happened to you?
No. No.
Is it different than the United States? I mean, we know that child abuse, there's so much that goes into it, and the fear, and you don't tell, and this and that.
Yes.
But still, we have places, and we have teachers you can confide. What if you had confided in a teacher at school?
I probably could have, but because of the prominence of my godfather, you've read the book, he was a vice prime minister, deputy prime minister at one point. He was the minister of I won't say what. Who could I tell? I couldn't dare open my mouth.
He would deny.
He would deny. No one would believe me to begin with.
Okay, let's tell the audience what we're talking about denying. At the age of 13,
Yes.
your mother
Yes.
presented you to him
Yes.
to rape,
Yes.
and he paid her.
Yes.
And that went on for how long?
That went on for many years until I was about 21 years old. And people would say, well, why did you stay? What could you? There's nothing I could do until I was able to leave. At one point,
To leave the island.
To leave the island. Until I was able to leave the island. And the amount of different things that happened to my mother, and it was not just me, all my sisters and many other young girls, because Jamaica is a poor island. And when someone finds someone of prominence with some wealth who freely gives money, it's so easy to sell the children. I learned that afterwards. I thought I was the only one until it was like a harem. Different girls, young girls younger than myself, would come in. Their mothers would bring them in and leave them there for weeks at a time.
Well, just for the moment, we'll forget Christianity.
Yes.
Where was the humanity of your mother?
There was none. I hate to say that. Mm-hmm. But there was none. And as a young child, I thought of where is the Christianity? Because everyone who knew her knew that she professed Christianity. We grew up in a Christian home. And we would come home from church, and then I would be told to go take a bath and be carted off. The chauffeured car would pull up at the gate, and I would be carted off.
You were used to being driven in a limousine.
Yes. Yes, chauffeurs and helpers and maids and everything that you can think of.
Well, your mother was a real piece of work because she got in a fist fight over a man and she won.
Yes, that was my dad.
She fought this other woman.
Fought this other lady for my dad and won the fight. And I am the first of 5 for that bunch of children.
Well, did your father have no choice?
I don't think he did. I think my mother was a woman who she got whatever she wanted. And she wanted him, and so she got him.
The book is full of beatings.
Yes.
And it wasn't just being raped all
Yes.
the time. Just beatings and slapped around.
Yes.
And
having my face spat in. It was constant. It was inhumane. I really don't know how I survived, but for the grace of God. And now, even thinking about it right after writing the book, and now I do lots of motivational speaking. I'm always being asked to come someplace and present. It is still a very hard story for me to tell. Because when you think of a young girl, when I look at my children and my grandchildren now, and I think, how could a mother have done this to her young girls, to her young children? And
yeah, I want to put your website up. We'll keep it up there.
Yes.
But this is not your first book, is it?
It is the first novel. I do have a journal out, and I do have 2 other books in the works. The continuation of this one, when everybody's asking, where is the next one? What happened after you left Jamaica? What happened? What happened? It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
And I also have another one called The Bridal Tongue.
And you have founded Revamp My Life Ministries Incorporated, and that's on the screen right now, and they can get your books and so forth through that.
Absolutely.
It was a church-going family,
Yes.
and I don't think it would be even fair to say the name of the church. You know what I'm saying? To put a bad light on them. But didn't any of the gospel, the story of Jesus, ever penetrate anything?
In her heart?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Or maybe it did, and we didn't know what was going on in her mind. As she grew older and we got older, we came to the realization that she had mental problems.
But didn't she sing in the choir? And she was a participant.
Oh, yes. Our family, as a matter of fact, my father was he was a carpenter, and we were one of the founding members of that particular church. The denomination is there, but then that particular church which opened up, we actually built that church. And my mother taught school in the mornings and sang in the choirs, and she was a deaconess. And she did everything right, except when we walked in the door.
This he was in the government. What was his job?
I can't say, but he was one of the ministers. But because of his prominence and privacy, I cannot divulge his name, his correct name, or the position he held. But he was very prominent in the government of Jamaica.
Well, until the Lord really got a hold of your life, what was your thoughts about him? Was there any of this, what they call a Stockholm syndrome? Were you ever protective of him?
The thing is, that was the worst part of my life. And I think it's called survival mechanism. I found myself at times using that entire environment, the chauffeured car and the huge homes and the maids and this, as the best part of my life when I presented my life to people. As I got older, I would talk about my godfather who was minister of so-and-so. And you
didn't tell me he raped you all the time.
No one knew. No one knew. And as sisters, my younger sisters, I knew it happened to them, and we never spoke about it. It was never spoken about.
So it was going on in the whole family, but
no one spoke about it. No one did. It was such a secret, almost as if it never happened. And so I'll tell you, when my book first came out, some of my sisters stopped speaking to me. How could you, Marcia, put that out there? You have dredged up what you have spent our entire lives trying to forget.
There was really no place where you lived, Jamaican Island, where you could go for help.
No.
So as a young girl, what kind of dreams do you have? Are you thinking about the future? I mean, did you think this was a normal life?
I knew it wasn't normal.
Good.
I knew that this was not normal. I wanted to be an attorney. I wanted to be a lawyer. But they refused, my mother and my godfather refused to send me off to school. I was sent to business school so that I could become his personal assistant, which is what I did after I graduated from business school. They had plans for me, and my plans meant nothing. My dreams meant nothing. I could not have dreams.
It's a form of slavery.
It sure was.
Sort of.
It sure was.
Then you had a puppy love encounter one time,
yes,
which produced a child.
Yes.
And the church kicked you to the curb.
Yes. Let me not talk about that, because that is where I'll cry. That is still the hardest.
Okay, we will really move. We will really
don't want me to start crying.
Yeah, we will really move on.
Yeah. But I must say, my daughter is beautiful, wonderful young lady. She's here in Florida. I see her every day. She has 3 beautiful children, my 3 grandchildren. Yes.
Now, how long ago did your mother pass away?
She died in 2008.
Was there ever any reconciliation?
No. There were times when we tried to reconcile, but I would say that her mental illness got the better of her, even up to the end. We tried talking, why? Why did you do this? And so we reconciled within ourselves. We reconciled with the grace of God, and I forgave her.
Did she ever ask for forgiveness? Or
no, she said she'd done nothing wrong.
She'd done nothing wrong.
I've done nothing wrong. I do not know why are you girls here to talk to me and to beat on me? I've done nothing wrong. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think your answer's kind of interesting, that there was no reconciliation, which would have been nice.
It would have been very nice.
But you forgave her.
I forgave her. I forgave her because I came to the realization that I needed God's forgiveness for all the things that I had willingly done. And I needed to forgive so that I could be forgiven. So I forgave. I took care of her for a while myself. And the rest of us, the sisters, we all took care of her.
Family's really mysterious.
Yes, it is. The dynamics. Yes, it is.
Just rip each other to pieces, but then you're there.
Yes.
It really is an interesting study. The power of forgiveness. I remember I spoke on it once in the state of Georgia. I spoke there for a ladies' retreat many years ago. I was really hitting hard on forgiveness, and this girl got up. She went to the back of the building, and she just paced back and forth, back and forth. And when I was through, she came up to me and said, "How do you forgive a dead person?" You know?
Yes.
And I said, "It happens every day.
Yes.
You can do it."
Yes, let it go.
Absolutely. And that's basically because you you have a wonderful countenance, you know.
Well, as I said earlier, it was my healing. I had to forgive her, or my soul, my very being, was in jeopardy. I was to the place of not wanting to live. It was crying out, just constant.
Well, there was even a pregnancy with this godfather
yes.
that he
Yes.
forced an abortion. And I've just never read so many things, but you're still standing and you got a family and you're living for God. What about your relationship with your dad?
But my dad died in 1996, unfortunately.
Did he know what was going on?
He had no idea. But my dad was our protector. And people have often asked, did your dad know? Why didn't you tell him? Well, we could not tell our daddy because we knew if daddy knew and daddy confronted her, daddy would be kicked out of the house, and we needed daddy. And so daddy had no idea what went on. He died not knowing. And we covered up because the beatings were so terrible and the fights between them, between the parents. If you had ever seen a dysfunctional home, I came from the epitome of dysfunctional. How I've been able to function is only by the grace of God. As a young girl, I would say to myself, God, if you are there, if I ever have children, please don't allow me to treat my children this way. And so as I grew up, and I had children very early, my first daughter, as we talked about from one encounter, I was 18 years old. And my second daughter, I was 21. And I love my children dearly. And I do not know where it came from. I'd never known love. But I love so fiercely. I love my children so unconditionally. My youngest daughter, who's now 25, she came to a Black History Month event that I did. And at the end of that, she said, you know, Mommy, now I understand so much more about you. After reading your book and after going with you, I understand why you protect us the way you do. I understand why nothing can come between us.
There was really nothing for you till you could get off that island.
Yes, there was.
Now, your sisters preceded you in doing that, right?
Yes. In Jamaica at that time, there was a domestic program, and he was actually one of the ministers in charge of that program. So he sent my sisters to Canada on that program, almost like an amnesty type of program, and they in turn sent me an invitation, and that's how I actually left to Jamaica, went to Canada, and then came back to the United States, to Florida, where I've lived for 25 years, 26 years.
At what point in this journey, because you got bits and pieces, you probably sang Jesus Loves Me in Sunday school, that kind of thing,
Yes,
Jesus loves me,
yes.
this I know.
Yes.
You pick up those things that I don't think you grasp
Yes.
their power till you're a lot older.
Yes.
But was there just a point in all this when you recognized God is real, I can trust him?
There was, not at that point.
Right.
Years later. Many years after my 3 children was born. It was 1996 to be exact.
Because even in the book, you lose hope with God.
Oh, yes. I stopped. I just stopped.
He's let me down.
I said, God, if you are God and you are the God that my mother serves, I want nothing to do with you. And I walked away. I walked away from God, I thought, but thank God, God did not walk away from me. I certainly walked away from church. I wanted nothing to do with religion of any type. I did what I wanted. I lived my own life. But for some reason, God had a plan for me.
He had his hand on you.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Because I'm sitting here only because of the grace of God.
Oh,
Yes.
I mean, alcohol, drugs, whatever
yes.
you could find to dull that pain.
Yes. The thing is, I never touched drugs. That's the power of God. And I've always wondered, how is it I never touched drugs? I drank. My then husband taught me to drink. And I did it very well. Yes, I did. Never
Found out that wasn't a great idea. Oh, man, what a story. I'm talking to Marcia Fisher. The name of the book is The Odyssey of Survival. We've had her website up there for quite a while. Because if ever I've seen a triumphant, a victorious life, it is yours.
Thank you.
And what you were able to stop. Do you know anything about your mother's background? What made her that way? I think it's I've heard the abuser was always abused.
Yes.
And that's probably true for the most part.
It is true for the most part. She was abused by her mother. Beatings. Nothing more than beatings.
It was a way of life for her.
It was. And she knew no love, I think. And so she did not know how to give love. She did not know how to love. She did not know how to extend herself to her children, to love us. She had 15 children. There are 11 of us alive. And I would think that somewhere along the pathway of all these children, maybe even one, you must have said, well, maybe this one I can love. But she treated...
She didn't love any of them?
We've told our older sister that she's the only one whom she has ever loved. And if she did, maybe she's the one, because the rest of us knew no love at all. If it was not for her dad, we would have grown up worse than animals.
Well, thank God you're... The Odyssey of Survival is an interesting name. It grabbed me the first time I looked at it. And as I began to read it, I thought, we just can never understand the greatness of the love of God.
Yes. The title actually came, I fought for a title, sought after the title. I wrote the book with no title, and I needed a title. And I kept saying, God, what do you want me to call this? And the name, The Odyssey, came to me one day in church, actually. The children were doing a little program, and I went home and looked it up. What does Odyssey mean? And I said, the long wandering, survival, all of this. And I talked about my survival. And that's where the name actually came from. And the second part is called the long wandering, which is also one of the meanings of the Odyssey. Because I'm still in the realm of survival. I'm still trying to survive. My first husband, we were married for 26 years. He had no idea what I'd been through. We got divorced. My second husband, he had no idea until the weekend before the book. The weekend before the book came out, I realized I need to say something.
Yeah. We are out of time. I'm so sorry I didn't even get to talk to you about your internet television ministry and so forth, but you can get all that on the website.
Yes.
Just know that whatever you're going through, God can redeem it.
Amen.
Here's the proof,
Amen.
absolute proof.
Yes.
Join me next time, friends, remembering there's no higher calling than that of a homekeeper. God bless you.
If you would like a video copy of today's Homekeepers program for just $19.95, call 1-800-229-0059 for credit card orders, or send a gift of at least $19.95 to Homekeepers, P.O. Box 6922, Clearwater, Florida 33758. Be sure to note the program number which appears on your screen.